Okay, looks like we're live. Just want to get things in front of me here. This is Bill Bostic with Linglestown Gazette Morning Update. Hope you had a good Easter weekend. I had most of the weekend off, which was cool. Just want to make sure the audio is working here. Let's see. Video. Here we go. Yep, so hear me. All right, we're all set to go. All set to go. This is Bill Bostic with Linglestown Gazette Morning Update. Reporting from the Linglestown Gazette newsroom in the edges of the historic village of Linglestown, Pennsylvania, locating it. It's in Dauphin County at the foot of the beautiful and majestic Blue Mountain. This show, if you're just finding out about it for the first time and stumbling upon it, it's all about local matters. That's what it's about. This is, as far as I know, in today's world of local media, the only place that's focused in on specifically Lower Paxton Township, Central Dauphin School District. Right now, given our volunteer status, as far as our staff, we do Central Dauphin Ram Sports, take a look at other things, but here's your only source. You get a little bit of it in the Paxton Herald, but really on a day-to-day basis, this is it. And we're brought to you by longtime sponsor, Consolidated Insurance Services. Now, I want you to check them out. I'm right now having my complete portfolio of insurances, homeowners, car, auto, something on a cabin, a recreational cabin. All that's being reviewed by David Jones, who owns and operates, in part, Consolidated Insurance Services. They're at 6109 Jonestown Road. That's in Paxtonia, right behind the Carnes Food Plaza. What you want to do is look for the Erie Insurance sign. So I'd like to say good morning to Crystal Bob, my co-host on Wednesdays, and does her own show on Friday. Rich Mazzatesta, good morning to you. Early adopters here, 5 people live at the moment. And speaking of Rich Mazzatesta, this show in part is sponsored by the Committee to Re-elect Richard Mazzatesta and elect Ted Giovannis to the Central Dauphin School Board. All right, they're in Region 2, which is Middle Paxton Township, Dauphin, the western sections of Lower Paxton Township. Our school district's broken up into 3 different regions, so they'll show up on the ballot in that part of the area. Let's see here. Like, I have things planned down here. I guess I'll just go through my big giant pile. The big news I think today, and this is part of the Kane Mortgage Community Watchdog Report. We were going to break out, early on when I was doing this show, I'd break out some audio effects where we had a dog growling in the background. I'm not really a angry watchdog, or as one candidate recently said, a watchdog with a bite. That's not really me, but I'm trying to keep you up to speed. Kane Mortgage, though, is sponsoring this segment. Get financed without a bunch of stress. If you're looking to buy a home or maybe refinance a home, maybe get a new stream of income for retirement. Call Kane Mortgage. They're here in Linglestown, 717-541-5132. The big news, I guess, on the community watchdog, if you're going to be a United States citizen, there's very few requirements. I'm not going to go through them here. But one that should be on the list is that you are in a position to vote. And especially this year, because the elections coming up this year, starting with the primary election on May 21st, are municipal elections. They're not national. They're not even statewide for the most part. They're municipal, school board, township supervisor. What's the other one? County officials. Our commissioners and row offices that are at the county. These are people, our neighbors, we're electing. They impact things that we do every day. If these people aren't doing their job, the trash doesn't get picked up, the sewage doesn't get treated, the snow doesn't get plowed. We don't have parks. Our school programs will be screwed up. These are extremely important positions we'll be enacting. And because of the numbers of people that vote locally, your one vote, without a doubt, can make a difference. So today is the day to take action. If you're sitting on the sidelines, you have never registered to vote, or you let your registration lapse, today is your last day to do it, to be able to vote in the May 21st primary, where in some of these races potentially are going to be finalized in the primary election. Things will be already said and done. I'll have to study the ballot and let you know later, but some of the things you could potentially vote for, if you don't vote in May, it's over, because there's not enough candidates running to have a competitive general election. And in the show notes and on Linglestown Gazette, there's multiple places where you can find out where to go to be able to register right at home. You don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to put a stamp on an envelope. You can do it online. So if you're watching this show, you can register today and get involved. Again, the primary election is May 21st. I think the biggest election, without a doubt, is the school board election, because there's 5 of the 9 seats. Now, you do the math. There's 5 seats. There's 9 people on that board total. This election is going to determine the direction, the trajectory of our school board and our school district. So that's and speaking of the school district, the next thing you want to do is get your pen and paper out. Right now there's a debate and work being done within Central Dauphin School District to prepare to adopt a budget for the 2019-2020 school year. On April 29th is the third of 4 public sessions where they're outlining challenges to putting together that budget. It's going to be at Central Dauphin East Middle School off of Union Deposit Road, and 7 o'clock. So that's next week's April. I'm sure it's next Monday night is when this will be happening. So take a look at that. And tomorrow night the school board will be meeting, and that's going to be an interesting meeting, because one of the agenda items is to take a look at the school budget. The Assistant Superintendent for Administration, Karen McConnell, is going to give another budget presentation. And right now they're trying to close a $4 million budget gap. And talk is we don't want to have a tax hike, but right now I'm not seeing anything that's going to prevent it. So we'll have to see what she has to say. That's still all very much in the mix right now. Nothing's been determined. We'll talk about this another day. And one of the things about the election, many times you walk into the election booth, you have no idea who you're voting for. Over the next month, I'm going to try and devote some time to educate anyone who wants to know who these candidates are. I haven't really figured out exactly how I'm going to do that. My daughter went to the candidates night last week, so I have photos of everyone that was there, and hopefully we can build some words around it, or maybe interview people. I'm not sure. We'll figure out what's going on. So that's the boring community watchdog report. Just bear with me when we have to go through this stuff. You have somehow you have to find out about this stuff, right? This is Bill Bostic, Linglestown Gazette Morning Update, brought to you by Consolidated Insurance Services and school board candidates Rich Mazzatesta and Ted Giovannis. We're going to move into our community report. We're going to lighten up a little bit here, folks. And I'm trying to be light. I got this stupid hat on. It's the bucket hat from Gilligan's Island. That's what that's all about. Now, some good news coming out of the school district. Eric Epstein and others, once they found out last fall that Landis Field had been closed down for recreational purposes. A lot of people, I'm not saying, a good number of people use it to run and walk. So they don't have to be along some of Lower Paxton's streets that have no sidewalks. All right. Well, last fall the school district closed it down because there had been some damage done. Also, some athletic trainers were using the AstroTurf, or the artificial surface, and had some heavy equipment and different things on there that shouldn't have been there. Some damage to the bathrooms, all that. Well, Landis Field is back in operation. The public can now use it on a limited basis. You have to go through the turnstile. There's a turnstile there. The gate will not be open. You can't use the bathrooms. You're not allowed on the artificial surface, but it is open for use. No one's permitted on the turf field. So this is on a trial basis. And I got a message from Eric Epstein. He was thanking the administration, the board, and the community for working together to restore public access. So good news coming out of the school district. And speaking of community news, this is brought to you by St. Thomas Roasters Coffee House. And I'm telling you, I told a story once how St. Thomas Roasters Coffee House saved my life. And good morning, Anthony Cristillo, by the way. Good to see you again. Just saw him a few minutes ago. We'll talk about his stuff here in just a moment. But St. Thomas Roasters Coffee House, right here it is. St. Thomas Roasters Coffee House saved my life today because I discovered late last night that I didn't have any ground coffee in the house. And I am a freaking coffee addict. I drink way too much coffee. I mean, I can't count the number of cups I drink in a day. So it's at around 7:30. I made my way over there and got my large coffee, and I did buy some ground coffee. What I got was the chocolate dust, which is my favorite. I don't like that many flavored coffees, but chocolate dust, I do love that sort of that taste that it has. Anyways, I'm an addict. St. Thomas Roasters, thank you so much for saving my life today. As far as community events. Mark your calendar, folks. April 27th, that's this Saturday, a special discount day to buy your Coons Pool membership. And you get a discount card from Hornig's Hardware. It's going to be at Hornig's Hardware on Bluebird Avenue from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. this Saturday. There's only 2 people watching. I'm scared everybody away. Here's the secret. If you want to swim at Coons Pool, you don't have to have a membership. You can pay $10 a day and get in. All right? But if you're going to go over there a numbers of times, it's going to pay you to get a membership. And here's the great part. If you sign up for a family membership, you can put 6 people down there. They don't even have to be in your household. Get a couple neighbors together and sign up. You can create your own household with our family membership. It's beautiful. A couple quick things about Linglestown Gazette I wanted to bring up today. There's a great Central Dauphin Rams sports spotlight that I posted. You'll see 2 local athletes in there. Check it out if you would. I mean, it has a life lesson. This is a short cast. It's like a little radio broadcast, 2 minutes long. It'd be worth your while to check that out. There's no one watching anymore. We're gearing up to do a weekly email update, so look for information on that. And we're also partnering with a variety of groups right now, specifically 2 lacrosse teams. We work with them on team reporting. So if you have an organization, a booster club, some sort of group, you want to get information out to the community, check with me for the reporting program that we'll set up for you. This is Bill Bostic with Linglestown Gazette Morning Update. We're going to finish things off with Tonino's Pizza Sports Report. Tonino's Pizza is located, the one we work with is across the street from Susquehanna Township High School. We're also brought to you in part by thefatmanclothingcompany.com. Anthony Cristillo. He has some new shirts in the mix now, V-neck shirts. There's Bocce Ball League starting up at Coons Park this Wednesday. The action starts. So if you want to spectate or learn something about bocce ball, the action starts at 4:30. The final game starts at 7:30 at Coons Park. This Saturday is opening day in youth baseball in Linglestown. That starts at 11 o'clock. We're also sponsored in part by CBC Cabinetry and Flooring. This is where quality and affordability come together for all your home improvement needs. Again, if you're checking in, this is Linglestown Gazette Morning Update with Bill Bostic, brought to you by Consolidated Insurance. On Saturday, special event for Central Dauphin Rams baseball. They have a home game against Governor Mifflin at 11, but it's also a special day for Dreams for Danny. This is a nonprofit that helps people who helps to try and prevent child bullying. Because one of the last year's seniors had a brother who unfortunately committed suicide after being bullied. Now the baseball team has gotten behind that and trying to raise monies for bullying prevention. A couple of other things. We're also sponsored in part by Cole Performance Chiropractic in West Hanover Township. And your last note here on Linglestown Gazette Morning Update with Bill Bostic is the Harrisburg Senators are at home. They're starting a homestand tonight, 6:30 against the Altoona Curve. So if you're into baseball, that about does it. Tried to make this entertaining. Sometimes the distribution of local news is a little bit dry and boring, but if you want to be a community member, you need to know what's happening and be up to speed on local matters. This is Bill Bostic, your wannabe Walter Cronkite, sometimes captain of local news, signing off for Consolidated Insurance Services, and the committee to re-elect Rich Mazzatesta and elect Ted Giovannis to the Central Dauphin School Board. Have a great Monday. Hope to be back on Wednesday with Crystal Bob. See you then.